All right, and you know, I think you've been, let's go ahead and step up here, right? Step up here real quick. Okay, great. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid. Just stay away from there. But in all sincerity, you know, we have a lot of kids out there, right? And can you imagine 107 instruments, right? So let me ask you, just give us a quick overview maybe of your three of your favorite instruments you love to play.
Actually, not three favorite instruments. All of the instruments are my favorite.
Yes. All right, very good. Well, what is the one that stands out to you, you know, that you think about, that you'd like to share with us today?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe different instrument? Maybe 5 or 3.
Okay, what kind of instrument do you think of from any culture, you know? You play a lot of culture. How many cultures do your instruments represent?
Oh, a lot of them. You know, like, let's see, for example, like jazz, blues, rock, pop, metal, and also world music, like Indian music, South Indian music, Chinese, Japanese, Bulgarian, Hungarian, African, Latin, all these, yes.
Right, now you have a lot of stringed instruments, right?
Yes.
Can you share with us some different stringed instruments? I know, you're too young to have senior moments, right? So
Yes.
give us some of the stringed instruments that you play and why you think they're really great in terms of their sound.
So here's some string instruments like the harp, the harpeggi. Harpeggi is a very good instrument. It's a new instrument and it has 16 strings. And the sound, it's like so soothing and it's fabulous, I would say, the sound. Like soothing.
Well, you know, the harpeggi, so is it electric? I think, is that the electric
Yes,
one?
electric.
Yeah, so is it like electric harp?
Yes.
Okay, now it's interesting. How many of you are familiar with what's called a steel drum? A steel drum, right? And so, you know, the whole thing is you played a different version of a steel drum. Was that from India, the one that you played?
No, actually this one is from Spain. And this instrument, it takes 1 year to make this because it's handmade. 1 year to make this.
1 year, all right. Do you have any history behind that instrument?
I don't have them right now.
Okay, right. And see, now you play them, and every instrument, I believe, really has a story, you know?
Yes.
And one thing is cool about it, he actually lives here, right here in Elk Grove. His name's Neil Nair, and you're going to find out. Now, here's what I understand, something very special. You know, he's actually been on a lot of the press as well. I believe you're going to be on ABC, is that right?
Yes, I'll be here on ABC 10 at 5, 6, and 11 p.m.
All right, great. And he's also interviewing for the Honda car commercial, right? So there's a lot of things, you know, a lot of you kids, as you guys think about what you want to achieve, music is a great way to touch people. There's a couple things that really touch people. One is music. You know what else touches people? What? Food, right? Food and entertainment. And so, you know, we're going to have the Balin Dance Troupe that will be coming back here shortly. But I just want to give you, go ahead and just share a little bit, you know, a little bit about your history and what inspired you to play 107 instruments.
Okay. So the story began in the mother's womb. So my dad was reading a book and he found one page that meant something to him. It was showing that if we put Mozart music in the womb, then the child will become a musician. So my dad tried that experiment, and when I was 3 or 2 years old, my dad gave me a mini drum set, but I was not interested in that. So until I was 5 or 6 years old, my parents took me to a free drum class in CSD, and in just 2 days, I was playing drums much better than a kid who has been playing for 2 years. And I was like, is this real? And I was like, wow. So then after that, my parents said, you know what? Let's get rid of the guitar and piano. I said, okay. So after that, I went to the guitar, piano, flute, and all these instruments. Then when I was 10 or 11 years old, I had 27 or 20 instruments. So then I said, wait a minute, I can make a record out of this. So then I want to see if someone has made a record. But someone made a record. He's 27 years old and he made a record for playing 27 instruments. I said, you know what? I can go more beyond. So then I went to 44 instruments at the age of 12, and that was my first record I've ever made.
Wait a second, let's enjoy the moment here. 44 instruments, let's give him a round of applause for that. All right. That's not including his voice and clapping, okay? That's not including that. Is that
No,
including that?
voice is included.
What is? Oh, okay.
Singing.
Voice is one of them. 43 plus voice. All right. So anyway, okay. Then where did you go from there?
So then after that, I came on the Ultra Citizen paper. Then after that, I came on like many newspapers. I came on the India West. I came many of them. Then I came on TV. I came on Fox 40, ABC 10, and Good Day Sacramento. And I was like, wow. I was like so shocked. I can't believe this is happening. I was like, wow. So then after that, if you have seen my news or not, in ABC 10, I mentioned that at the end of the year, I'll make a record for playing 100 instruments. And that really happened, but it took a little bit of time because 100 instruments is like very hard, I'm telling you. But you get this record takes a lot of dedication, time, and practice. So in 2019, I had 100 instruments, and I said, you know what? Let me add 7 more, 8 more. So then I went to 107 instruments. So then after that, it came again on newspapers, and I think last month I came on Fox 40, and today I'll be coming on ABC 10. I think time will be 5 p.m., 6 p.m., or 11 p.m. So that's the story.
That's great. And so currently he holds a world record here. What world record do you hold here? What's the world record that you hold?
So right now I have 2 world records. I have the first record, 44 instruments at the age of 12. Now my second record is 107 musical instruments at the age of 13.
Let's give him a round of applause here.
Thank
And you know, one thing, I have to say this, real quick, the guy with the camera back there, the proud man there, right, is like, can you introduce your dad and what inspiration he's giving you?
Well, my dad has taught me a lot. Even he is not a musician, but he has taught me a lot in my life. I mean, like, he has, actually, I think I have no words to say. I will say he has, like, taught me a lot. He has made my dreams come true. That's the thing, I would say.
And what about your mom? We'll have to give it up for your mom. Well, let's give him a round of applause right there. Great, okay. That's your 15 seconds of fame there, sir. No, what about your mom?
My mom she has dedicated me a lot. And, I mean, she has I think my parents have put full time in my music. And they want me to see me as a star. And I want to be like that, star, So I want to be in LA, and also another thing I want to mention is I'm making my first album, which will have 107 musical instruments in one track, and I'm going to make it happen, okay?
Wow.
And this album will be coming in 2020.
Wow, all right, before we let you go here, I know there's a few things that we're looking at. By the way, the other dance troupe is getting ready for their 3rd number here, and is this kind of nice to know what Elk Grove is turning out? Is it pretty cool? Look around this audience here. There's a lot of diversity here, right? I think I see a few Asian people out there. I see some, Caucasians, so you're also Asian as well. We see some Indians. We see a lot of culture and diversity here, right here in Elk Grove. Many of you are residents right here. Take a look around. Give yourselves a big round of applause right here. And again, we have to really pay attention to just the different things that are happening around the world today. There was a song that came out, right? Let me test his knowledge here. It was about the world. A lot of people came together. It was called Band-Aid, right? You guys know what song I'm talking about? It talks about, all right, raise your hand if you know what song I'm talking about, right? And the song began, how did it begin? It began, there comes a time, right? Remember that? What's the next word after that? There comes a time when we heed a certain call, right? It was all about the world coming together. It's called, you know what that song was called?
I don't remember.
All right. Yeah, he doesn't remember. How many of you remember that song? Raise your hand. You know, check this out. That was the first song that people really had a really great impact, pulling things together. It was a powerful song. Don't you agree, those of you that know the song? It was powerful, right? They released one 25 years later, and one of the things that happened was that, you know, again, we kind of became acclimated, we became comfortable, because that song just talked about the world coming together, right? About the fact there's a lot of need and stuff as well.
Yes.
The fact that you're in music, which is really awesome, but the fact that he doesn't remember it, it tells us we have a lot to do to remind people, to remind the younger people, to remember and never forget where they came from, right?
Yes.
It really is all about culture and tradition, right?
Yes.
And I know you've been an inspiration to a lot of the kids here. Any final words to the kids and the parents that you feel like would inspire them?
So the message is, and follow your passion and keep going. Yes. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Okay, Neil Nair. Let's go ahead and give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And he's going to be performing at
3:30.
3:30. Okay,
Yes.
great. Well, we have the final dance of a very special group. Thank you again for
Thank you.
coming with us. And thanks. Let's give the dad a big round of applause right here, right? Truly, without him,